there, guys. Welcome back to another episode of E&Ftv. Today, we're joined by my good friend, Jane Pendlebury, who is the CEO of HOSPA. Jane, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Tom. It's absolutely fantastic to be here with you again.
It's great because obviously we caught up. We've obviously caught up throughout the pandemic, but we caught up sort of last year, and you were one of the first people that ever came on the show. So it's always good to see you. There is a bit of a sort of urgent purpose about this episode this time though. And one of the biggest things is HOSPACE. It's just around the corner, right? So what I wanted to do is tell our viewers what it is, when it's going to be, what's going to be going on. So I suppose let's start with that. Go ahead.
Okay, so HOSPACE is our annual conference. It's happening on the 18th of November this year at the Royal Lancaster, London, and we are doing it all in person. So we're absolutely delighted about that, following on from last year's broadcast where you joined us, which was fantastic too. Yeah. And we're covering all sorts of things. Our overriding theme is sustainability. We've got Kate Nichols, who would have just come back from COP26, and she's going to update us on all things that are affecting hospitality, but we'll report on the climate change conference and how that will specifically affect hospitality. And we're covering things like executive stress, which we've never done before, or anything even like that. Yeah. But because of the last 18 months, we thought that was quite important. And of course, from your audience's point of view, revenue management is key. And our topic this year is short-term profit versus long-term loyalty. So that should also prove to be an interesting discussion.
Definitely. And of course, I suppose, as you said, it's going to be all in person. So I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be really happy to hear that, because I know with all the conferences that you and I have obviously both been to over the last couple of months, that face-to-face interaction has just been brilliant. So the fact that HOSPACE is back and better than ever and in person is just a really sort of nice cherry on the top, I suppose.
Yes, we're really excited to be seeing people there because, as you know, last year we were in effectively a TV studio. So whilst us speakers and presenters had a great time interacting with each other, when we were actually talking, broadcasting, we were just doing it into a camera lens. So it'll be so brilliant to actually have the audience there and to feel their actual involvement and participation.
Definitely. And of course, you know, how has HOSPA been doing over the last year? Again, I know that we catch up quite a lot, but if just for the sake of our audience, how have things been going with you guys?
Yeah, well, we kept ourselves and our members kept us very busy throughout the pandemic. And I think I've probably said to you before, we became experts in all sorts of things we didn't know we would be experts in. But it was great being able to be that central pool of information. And if I had somebody phone up with a particular issue or a problem with their bank or whatever it might be, I was either able to connect them directly with an expert or connect them with perhaps another hotelier who we were able to connect because we knew they were having similar problems or had experienced similar things and come out the other side. So it was a really rewarding time for us at HOSPA. And we did all sorts of things differently, like everybody else. We did webinars and masterclasses and things, but we were constantly impressed at the engagement of our audience and our members, of course.
Yeah. It's such a loyal sort of member base, I think, and they are just so interactive. It's I think the word community always gets thrown around quite a lot, but it does genuinely feel like that. So I think that was definitely reflected over the last year, especially with all the good news that you guys had basically been putting out, either through the newsletters or of course publications online. It was always good to see those sort of not even small updates. They were pretty big deals, and the fact that you guys were shouting about them, I thought was just a sort of testament to you guys in trying to spread that good news.
Yes, I mean, there were some amazing things that happened in what was actually a really bleak time. And hoteliers, restaurateurs, all sorts of people, either individually or corporately, were helping feed the key workers, or people were providing accommodation for homeless or respite care from Great Ormond Street Hospital. All sorts of things were going on. So we just thought it was a good time to share that and just have some uplifting news, because there wasn't much good news around for our industry in 2020 and a fair bit of 2021 as well.
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And one of the biggest updates, of course, I saw, and I'm sure a lot of people did, was the new partnership on the education side of things with, of course, the Heyward Group.
Ah, yes, we're really excited about that. We had the lovely Deborah Adams delivering our professional development for very many years, but she
Yeah,
felt it was her time to hand the baton over as such. And
yeah,
we did a review of the market and who could do it. And the best company, the one we selected, was Heyward Group. And
yeah,
there were loads of reasons why they won the business, but not least because Michael is so involved with HOSPA,
yeah,
with the industry. He's well known, he's well connected. He's been a great ambassador for our courses in the past. So
yeah.
him and his team, absolutely perfect for us to run our professional development. So we're delighted to have him on board.
No, fantastic. And again, we both know how passionate he is about this side of the market, and he is so well known. And I think people, it's a strange one. I've always known him as the guru, but people just seem to gravitate towards him. So the fact that he's partnered with HOSPA after being affiliated with HOSPA for such a long time as well, I think it was such a great move. Obviously, I've got a bit more of an investment in that now because, of course, our Edwards and Finn Foundation is our first year of doing it, supporting somebody at the start of their career in revenue management. And they're in this semester, well, not the semester, this intake. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed at the Learner of the Year Awards in January that we're going to see him coming up on stage, if I'm honest, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant of you to support it like that, Tom. Thanks ever so much.
No, not at all. But Jane, I want to say a massive thank you to you for taking some time out of your diary. It's always great to hear about these fantastic updates. And also, I know there's so many of us that are looking forward to HOSPACE, and hopefully this is going to bring in some of that engagement as well. So, guys, just so you know, the link to HOSPACE will be down below where you can get your tickets. Make sure you jump onto that, get the tickets as soon as possible, because I know that we'd all love to see you there. Jane, again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your diary to join us.
Absolute pleasure, Tom. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you and all of your wonderful followers as well.
Oh, thank you very much.